Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to start a new little trend here. We're going to call it Tractor Tuesday. And we're going to pick a tractor and we're going to give some information about it and where it come from and what it's all about. And I think we're going to start here with this 600. It's actually a 611B. These tractors were this specific tractor. The 600 could be tricycle front, could be adjustable wide front like this one is, and let's get that zoomed out. The 600, the 611 was the Case-O-Matic version of this tractor. The 500 would have been like the triple range or the dry clutch version of this tractor. They came with 13 636 tires on the back, typically. 3-point. They called this the Eagle Hitch. Right underneath the toolbox, it's actually casted right in here. Eagle Hitch came out sometime in the 50s on the VAC. The VAC that's over there is old enough not to have that, but that'd be the general style of tractor. The reason this one's up here is we are going to hopefully take this one to Baraboo Steam and Gas this year. But, okay, anyway. So back in the day when I had some trucks doing daily deliveries for Menards, delivering to customers and to job sites and so on, I was way over in Ogdensburg, Wisconsin, dropping off. I don't even remember what I was hauling. That was back in 2000, I want to say 2005. And it was just me and my dog. We had the semi, we delivered our stuff, and we were on our way to Wapaka with 2 pallets of shingles. And I drove by a rock quarry, and this tractor was sitting there. And there was a guy on his phone in his pickup sitting in the driveway. And I drove by it, and it wasn't a county road. It was kind of a township road taking me to a county road. And I let off the throttle, and I thought, you know what? Let's stop. So I pulled over and threw the hazards on. I backed up. I got out and walked up to the guy. He was on his phone. He got off his phone, and I said, do you own this property, this rock quarry? He says, yeah. I said, what about that tractor? He said, yeah, that's mine too. I says, would you be interested in getting rid of that? And he got a little mad at me, and he's, kind of like, well, geez, everybody wants something for nothing and trying to get, whatever, and kind of gave me the whole spiel. And I said, I tell you what, I said, I'll give you $500 for that tractor. And he says, yeah, it's yours. My name's Tom. I own the bar in town. My bartender will be there, or I'll be there, whatever. Just give the bartender the money if I'm not there. And I said, okay, sounds cool. I said, it should be, in the next few hours, I'll be back. And, yeah, so I finished my delivery. I went and borrowed my ex-father-in-law's trailer, and we went down there, and I winched this on. And now, needless to say, it hasn't run in years. The hood and the side metal was all missing. So this gas cover that snaps into this hole here was missing. Still is, obviously. And then there's a piece that bolts on here, and then there's a snap-in deal on top of here, too. That was missing. And then this whole hood and side panel was missing. The rest of it was in pretty much the condition it's in. This tire on this side looks like it was put on the day before I got this thing. And, that was 2004, so that's 20 years ago. I took this tractor home. I got it on the trailer still. And the sediment bulb was corroded right off. It was just full of garbage. So I checked the oil and stuff in it, and the engine turned over. I put a little rototiller gas tank on it and got it to fire. Well, that night I went to Fleet Farm, got some parts and pieces I needed to get this going. And anyway, long story, a little shorter than whatever. My dad went down to Harrisville, and he found the hood and the side panels for this, and they were pretty rusty too. So I ended up sandblasting all of that and painting it, and it's starting to need a little help again. I built that little thing for the front. I throw some chains and stuff in there, and yeah, with a little bit of work, we've used this to mow grass. I had a 6-foot finishing mower I used this on. I actually put this on the 276 New Holland baler. That it don't like. That's too much for this tractor, but everything else we've used it for, it works great. I ended up taking the head off. The exhaust valve for number 4 cylinder looked like a star. It was all burned. So this got new seats put in it, got new valves put in it. It had a couple of broken valve springs. I had parts for that. I got a few extra engines and parts and pieces for this thing. And then somewhere along the lines, I was using this to mow the rifle range when I used to mow the rifle range. And a weld broke on the oil pickup, and it started to suck some air. And it ended up spinning the bearing. So I took it apart, put a different crank and a few things in it, and right now, all we got to do is change the fan belt, and this thing should be ready to go. It's these tractors were made from 1958 and 1959, and then after that, basically, they started the 30 series. So the 530, the 630, and so on would have been about this size tractor. And actually, right over there, that's a 530 over there. I got a 630 out in the weeds. So my dad has a 500 wide front, basically same tractor, minus the fact that it's no Case-O-Matic, it's standard transmission. And then he's got a 600 with a narrow front. I think this one's a 59 and his is a 58 if I remember correctly. But not sure what else I got on that. Let's see if this thing will start. Hook the battery up. 7 bulb leaks a little, but hopefully we'll get this thing to Baraboo. The plate on the bottom of the manifold here leaks. So I gotta fab up a new one of them. So that's gonna be our feature tractor for Tractor Tuesday. I'll have more information and be a little more descriptive as we go on. There's 82 in this yard, so we'll pick a different one and we'll try to tell some stories about it. And I don't have too many fun ones with this one. It's just fun to drive. It's fun to use. And the Case-O-Matic, I don't know. Most people either love them or hate them. I like them. I like the 30 series. It seems like there's some refining that they did. They seem to work a little bit better. And you get up into the 730, 830, you know, with the Case-O-Matics in them, they're a little bit tricky to shift because when you push the clutch in with all the fluids and stuff spinning, they want to grind a little. But they've come a long ways. But there it is. We will, thanks for watching, and we will, we'll talk to you on the next one.